Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. We're getting a downside reaction off the open here. But it's real simple watch list today, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of the setup kind of coming into the open. We'll see. We'll see if we get that quick reaction, a quick upside move. Irene's going to be a top watch on the day. So let's see if buyers step in right here off the open. I'm looking for that quick pop, honestly. Tesla very fast. Apple catching some selling. Microsoft getting hit. Solid reaction out of Tesla. Nice reversal in the 15-minute. I don't know. I'm a little hesitant here because the SPY does not look great. Let's actually swap to Wall Street QQQ here. All right. I'm going to try NVIDIA here, but I'm going to give it some time. Because I like the way it's acting. I bought next week 220s. Sorry, coughing in the mic. All right, I bought an Apple swing for June just on the breakout. It does look pretty good here. We'll see if it wants to do like some consolidation before the move higher. Tesla big mover. Okay, our Nvidia is moving nicely. Apple's moving nicely, yeah. Might have been tiptoeing around Apple too much because it's getting a really nice move, really nice follow through. Maybe should have bought the weeklies, but it's fine. About the June contracts. Q's testing the pre-market high, but it doesn't look great. Be a little cautious here. The video holding up. I don't really want this thing to turn red on me. I am pulling back, but I'm not concerned about it yet. It's got a nice setup actually. Let's watch the 15-minute. We'll see if it catches bids off 61. That might be where I want to step in. It's doing a good job of resetting the RSI here, and it has a great Orbital. So still a really good setup here. Him's getting a really nice reaction here. It's flipping the 15-minute, 65-minute looks like it's just not setting up. So I'm already in this. So I'm looking to add over 27. Okay. NVIDIA. Popping more. All right, let's take a partial on NVIDIA here. Still looking good. All right. Took a partial on NVIDIA for 12%. Looks like we could get a nice continuation. Let's watch the 15 from here. We still haven't got the flip, so if we could actually get the 15 to flip, this could start to trend really nicely. It's not the highest quality. I'm not the biggest in this one because I don't have good confluence, but it is getting close to all-time highs, and it's a real clear break of the previous day's high. So that's just a nice continuation play right there. I might even set another partial to sell for 305. Apple continuing to trend nicely. So Irene did catch some buyers off of 61. And Oracle getting a nice turn here. Irene still looks good. I think you can. I think I can get a little bit stronger with Irene here. So. I don't like how this is behaving. I'm watching Irene. Took another partial on the video at the 305. I thought that would be 20%. It ended up being 18%. We are getting the flip on the 15th, so we can get a nice continuation here. Oracle actually starting to set up nicely. Let's check the 15-minute here. Oracle actually looking pretty good. Potentially could take some 200 weeklies. Might even want the 210s. I'm going to take a small position. Still watching Irene. Shit, I had a small short on Intel. That's getting squeezing me. I'm going to get out of that. They're still taking profits on Irene, but I'm watching it. It's getting pretty oversold here, but I'm looking for a Morningstar or something here. NVIDIA through 216 now, man. Squeezing hard. Flip to 15-minute now. We're up 30%. Let's set the last to sell for 350 on NVIDIA. Last bit. Watch Irene here. Let me actually mark this up a little bit. Oh, that's not the one I want. nice one to watch this pre-market low. And I want to watch previous day defense here. We got that exit on the video. Nice move there. Nice bullish engulfing candle on Irene. I'm not quite ready to take it yet. I'm watching it though. Oracle coming up on 295. I got into this one a little bit early. Market is trendy. Qs did flip on the 15-minute. Kind of ignoring those headlines from yesterday. Looks like Hims gave up 26. Super frustrating name, but I'm just being patient with it. Apple leader on the day, getting a nice continuation here. I definitely was. I stepped too lightly on this one, but we're making some money on it. Okay, Irene's looking good. Okay. All right. I'm looking to buy up the 75s for June 18th. Going in with size. Brain getting denied here at the bearish EMA. Let's see if it defends the low though. The thing that they did flip the 60-minute actually. Profit taking's getting rough here actually. 30-minute flip too. Let's see if they actually stop me. I'm gonna try to see if we hold this level here. 57 is the stop. Trying the reversal again. Pretty oversold here. We're really oversold here. SPY still heavily lagging tech. Heavily lagging. Oracle back testing. I wanted to hold this pre-market structure. I'm going to have to cut it. I am kind of sweeping and defending so far. Yeah, so if Oracle breaks this, 185 is the next level to watch for a downside move. Thing is, not dead yet. I'd like to see Bull start to catch some bids here. Reversal on the 15. It's still in this like period of consolidation. No real reason to cut it yet. Let's watch the 1 minute on Oracle. This does look really ugly. If it gives up that low, yeah, I'm being forced out of this one for the weeklies I bought. It's a bummer. All they want to run is the big caps, but Oracle is king in this space. It's wild that they're have no appetite for this when Oracle's the benefactor of a lot of this CapEx spend. So tough. Looks like the 1 minute's bouncing. 5 minutes, got some more work to do for Irene. Premiums, they're holding up pretty well. SPY actually looked like it wants to catch up to the Qs rather than the other way around. Oracle's actually climbing back here, but after that weakness this morning and just where the RVOL is, it's got to do a lot for me to get back in. I still think Irene's like a top name, but we do need to clear over 62. 62, 40 would be best. That would reclaim the bullish trend line here. So it's a 65 minute here. So we're catching the bounce though off of the bullish trend. Same one that defended yesterday. So let's see if we get a nice continuation. Earnings was great. Just looks like profit taking to me. So I want to stick with it. I'm willing to be very patient with this. Pre-market high was at 72, or the earnings high was at 72, by the way. So let's see if we get a continuation there. Tesla was the missed trade today. I was a little bit of a wimp buying in at 417. I had other names on my focused. Still an Apple. Apple being Apple, super strong. Really tight focus. I'm not going to expand my focus today. There's really not a ton to watch. I mean, I think even if we look at the heat map, we're going to see like a heavy consolidation. Yeah, just a heavy consolidation of the market here. Heavy consolidation. Monster up 12% today. Must have good earnings. Silver actually getting a really nice follow through here. SNDK trying to reclaim the highs. Qualcomm getting a nice continuation here too. Wow. I mean, market's very overbought. It's not really wanting to set up new positions here. Another thing I don't like is how Bitcoin rolled over here, although it's catching a nice bid. you still buying up the leaders? Oracle trying a full flip here. What? I keep misclicking. That's a really ugly top signal on SPY here. With everything looking extremely overbought. The 5 minutes firing. Looks like it wants to go for a reversal. I was kind of eyeing some puts for Monday. I don't see anything there. Irene catching a nice bid. We're making money here now. Should take a little peek at CEG here. So kind of swept yesterday's lows and going for a reversal. Needs to do a lot to improve. I'll set an alert here at 317. Man, one of the bag holders going to be out of this one? That's $1 million question. I'm ready for them to be done selling. I'm ready for the move. Trying to test my hands before it fires on the weekly. SPY testing the high here. Big evening star here. I'm going to try the evening star. I bought SPX 7,300 puts for next week. Super tight stop. I'll stop these if we get over this high here. It's a super, super squeeze day. So, I mean, this isn't the highest quality setup. If you're in a small account, obviously you don't probably want to be playing with SPX. I'll stop this over the high if it gets over the high. But this could be a big point of failure. Keep in mind it could be a point of failure for Irene too. It's testing that EMA here. So you need that pop. And the thing is this first 5 minutes still isn't behaving well. For SPY, you want to see it give up to 1 minute. We can actually swap this to SPX. Yeah. But I mean, we see like a toppy signal on NVIDIA and on Apple here and on Qualcomm, which were leaders on the day. For this to get a continuation, you would need to see breath improvement. Like you would really want the cloud names to start participating a little bit better. Irene's kind of catching a bit here. SPY still in this consolidation. NVIDIA kind of continuing its sell-off here. Apple still holding up really strong. We still have the June call for Apple. Let's look at some other big tech names. Meta, Microsoft. But I like the money selling big tech and buying Irene and Oracle. That's something. That's something. We're up 10% on Irene here. I really don't want to be taking a partial, honestly. Even though it still has a lot more work to do before it's truly bullish again. I'll hold this. This is a really nice reclaim here, man. I really like this. I really like this. I really like this. Now we're making some money today, baby. Now we're making some money today. Oh my god, we got chopped up on some bull crap. We can take 1/8 off of Irene here and get something on the board. On SPX, I'm gonna set a partial for 6/8. Honestly, I should just set it for 7. I took another partial on Irene for 15% here. I took a small profits at SPY because it looks like a bull flag. Maybe it gives one more plunge and I was a little out a little too early, but we'll see.
Yeah, I was a pussy with Spix. That's FX. Those are almost at 7 now. I could have left it at 7. I was just getting a little nervous with the video testing the. I mean, these are just back testing bullish EMAs, so I was really just looking for the scalp. But they'd move a little bit better than they were. I needed to be a little bit closer to the money here. Oracle is doing a nice recovery here. Irene on the 5-minute is turning to the upside, so it's starting to improve here. What we really want to see is the 10-minute to set up a bullish signal here, because remember, it was really oversold. So now we've reset those oversold conditions. Now we need to know, okay, is this Morningstar real? Are we going to get a full recovery back to 63? You know, you could even set a partial for 5 in case it happens fast. Yeah, see, SPY is catching some support. Let's watch the 5-minute here. Okay, Oracle actually getting a continuation here. And they flipped the 15-minute. Okay, Irene, chase it. Chase it. They flipped the 65-minute, 30-minute, get a nice continuation here. You know, that's kind of annoying to see, to be honest with you, because they barely burned us out. You know, man, I should have been a little bit more patient here on that one. This is just a really odd candle there. You know, they stopped me out when they swept this area of consolidation. I thought they might try and fill this gap down to 89. I thought we might even get a further retracement to 85, because that's where your 618 is from the larger structure here. But it looks like from here, like the upside move might not be done. You won't get confirmation until you get over 200. 200 could be a big squeeze area though. So we're getting that move to 63 here from Irene. We're up 18% on a large position here, so that's nice. We're at 4.9, and we have that partial set for 5. You know, I might even just adjust this to make sure I'm getting paid on this. I'll set it to 4.9. We got filled there. Typically, I wouldn't do that because it's kind of impatience, but we have a very large position. So here I sold about 1/3 of my position. We're green on the day, though. So good Friday, good Friday, good Friday, guys. We're in green on the day. Our Apple June call is also still green here. These names testing their bullish EMAs in the 5 minutes. No top signal from NVIDIA here. This double top on SPX with the evening star here is very concerning. It's very concerning. But Irene's fully reclaimed its bullish this here. And the 5 minutes about to turn. Watch this 10-minute. Let's see if this 10-minute could get the full turn here. We could set another partial on Irene for... we would want to set this at 39, 39, 39 to 40, 50. So we would set this at 5.5.
We're over that EMA convergence. Let's get a continuation. Gonna reclaim. And then over 66. Oh my gosh, 72 can come so fast. And 72 is the dream here. SPY failed a Morningstar. Look at that. Look at that. They want to get this trendy. They want to get this trendy. Be cautious of VIX kind of rallying with the market, though. Be very cautious of that. Don't let that slip off your radar, actually. You know, if you're trying to buy dips on NVIDIA and stuff, you don't want to see this. You never want to see this. In fact, we can try SPX again. We're going to try SPX again. I'm going to be a bit more aggressive this time. I bought the 73.25 for Monday. Let's watch VIX in the corner here. We still don't have the official turn signal from Irene, which we don't like. We don't like that at all. I might even take another partial here. I just want to lock in some profits. I'm being a little bit quicker to lock in some profits because the dream is that if we do get a downside move, so I locked in some profits for 20% at 500. Really, really nice gain on this one today. Now we have a lot. We have quite a bit of padding to ride the rest of the position. So I have half the position still open here. Still a decent sized position here. And let's see if we can get a continuation here. I'm actually going to sell also some of my earnings lottos here. I'm going to fully close those. If you guys remember, we bought the hundreds into earnings. We're going to sell those for a nice 18% gain. And we do have some weeklies here that are actually still down right now, but I'm going to hold those. I still have the partial sale at 550 just in case we do get the quick continuation. And then we kind of want to hold the rest of this move in case we get over the 65. We set a triple top on SPX here, so we're going to ride a really tight stop here. I'm not looking to sit and pray on this if we get the pop over the high, okay? I'm not going to be sitting here, with a finger up my ass saying, oh, I hope it turns over. If this thing pops through the high, I'm out. So super, super high risk reward. We're looking for it to puke right here. But just be aware of the bar coding really happening right here. So pop is possible, especially with these names holding their EMAs, okay? Pop is possible. They still have a really supportive structure here. Testing the high. We're not getting the pop through yet. Wasn't a confirmation through it. Irene catching some sellers, not testing the EMA convergence. You want to see that hold. Oh, they clapped those premiums fast, man. They took that from 5 to 4.5 so fast. Okay, we're cutting SPX. Uh, 4% loss. You know, nothing, negligible, break even. But it was worth the attempt. We're basically flat because we had a 4% gain earlier. I don't like what they're doing. I don't even know if I want to look at CEG. I don't want to get emotional looking at it, but I got to look at it. Oh, it's actually holding up. But they're crushing the premiums right here. Let's see if Irene defends this. You know, it's still got to chase Oracle here. It wants to chase its daddy. VIX is still traveling with the market. This can't continue. This needs to sell. This needs to sell. I do have VIX. I have a sizable VIX position for May 19th, by the way. So it looks like people are buying up VIX into the weekend, which is not represented here in what the what the index is doing. Man, even in technology services, there's a lot of names getting hammered. When are they going to remove Adobe from the index? Surely that's going to happen soon. Oh, that's a nice recovery on HIMS, actually. We still would prefer to see it over 27. We can actually adjust this here. This is the key level. Honestly, if the 65 minute looks good, the 65 minute does actually look good. I don't know. It could be argued otherwise, actually. You know, so what I'm looking at, what we don't like here is we're getting this area of resistance from the RSI without the stock reclaiming this area of resistance up here. That's not great at all. So that means if we do get the straight continuation to 27, we're going to be substantially more overbought than we were at this area of resistance, which means it needs to clear this level before we can get long. Okay, really important. That's the higher level usage of RSI. So now overall, we're still kind of in this just a period of accumulation, in my opinion, before we get the next pop higher. Your big 33 is where we can really start drifting upwards. I gotta drink some water. Checking my positions to see if any of these are moving interesting. Uber just like a brutal plunge this morning. Analysts still have this price to go to 100. They actually flipped a 15-minute here on SPY. Microsoft, such a turd, dude. Still got an ugly Morningstar on Amazon, but it's trying to do a reclaim here. Irene gave up the EMA convergence. We don't want to see that. Kind of hands off here. Kind of hands off here. If I was in Irene weeklies, I wouldn't let this go red. But since we've taken some profits off, I'll let it go a little red and see if we defend this 57. I'm willing to let it go a little red because we hold the June contracts, and we've locked in profits on multiple time frames. INTC testing the highs. All right, look at the ticket SPX put here. I bought the 73.60. Again, I'm trying these because VIX is rallying. And we have this bearish engulfing candle at the top here. Another really toppy signal. I know Apple's going to need a continuation, but I see Tesla kind of looking like it wants to bleed through, and NVIDIA looks like it wants to give up the bullish trend. I still don't actually have confirmation on the 5 minutes, so let's watch the 10 here. And then we almost have this. So if we get a second dark green bar here from NVIDIA, that means there's an 80% chance that the high is in for the day. Again, the reason I keep trying these puts is because why is VIX rallying with SPY? This should not be a thing. This is huge warning sign. Big, big warning sign. Okay? Don't want to see that if you're bullish. Often a sign that we're going to see some risk off into the close. So watch the 1 minute here. So we gave up the bullish setup here. I'm in at 410 by the way on the dailies for the 73.60.
trying to get a bounce. Irene trying to get a bounce. This SPX play is just, it's one of those where I'm either going to lose 20% or I'm going to make 100%. This is relaxing. Stocks might win this argue. You know, the index might win this fight. But we'll see. Nothing's clear yet. We're kind of in an area of indecision right here. My daily put position, by the way, is a lotto. And by lotto, I mean small. Lotto means I played what I'm willing to lose. That means if it's went to zero, I wouldn't cry about it. It's up 13% here, but if I'm right, we should get a lot more out of this than that. I'm just setting my orb here. NVIDIA losing it. I took another partial in Irene. I'm actually kind of willing to get out of this in. We're up 21% on the SPX play here. If you're following on the stream, these SPX plays are you know, you can follow these with futures very easily. You know, I would imagine QQQ probably looks the exact same as this. Yeah. So, in fact, Q is actually even the better short, surprisingly. I guess not that surprising because Nvidia is kind of leading the way to the downside. But if you're trading futures, this is you can. That's a good. Those are the plays you want to follow. Sorry, my English skills were falling apart mid sentence there. All right. I'm having to take Irene down to runner here. I'm going to unload the rest of this position. I really don't want to become a bag holder, quite honestly. So, on a large position. So, okay, oil relaxing here some. And VIX relaxing as well. About to get stopped on SPX actually. Like I said, this is either going to be 100% or I'm going to get stopped for 20%. That's what it's looking like. I might get stopped for 20% loss, which is fine. It's worth noting, NVIDIA did go a little bit higher than I was expecting, but the reason why we didn't just sit in this one is because again, like you see the difference, like and how Apple had that strong confluence, and now it's consolidating beautifully at the highs, like it's about to set a new high, right? But NVIDIA puked up the full move. this TTM alignment is so important, right? See the 15-minute now puking, giving confirmation with the 65 also rolling over. Really important to know what the underlying momentum structure is on these. There's also a major difference between the RVOL. See, our RVOL is below 1 now on NVIDIA. It was just barely above 1. Meanwhile, Apple's above a 2 right here. So there's actually new buyers stepping into Apple as the day progresses. So it's looking really good. Actually, I am completely misreading this, but same thing is happening. New buyers are stepping in. It is just above a 1. I was looking at the TTM though. But that alignment, that TTM alignment on multiple time frames, super important. Big edge in that, right? Look, guys, do we see the 65-minute firing for Apple here? Looking really good. No one uses TTM correctly. And I actually have a lot of traders try to argue with me over the utility of it, but let me tell you what. I've made a lot of money off of that. All right. Looks like we're going to get stopped here on SPX as we set another high here. And looks like the 1 minute wants to flip. 5 minute is still going over, but I'm not really willing to ride this thing all the way back to the high, especially when I only have the 5 minute giving confirmation. This. All right, we're out. We're out with a 12% loss. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, guys, it's 9:45, which means we're going to end the stream and I'm going to head to the Discord, all right? I will catch you guys over there. Oh, my, this is an interesting puke there. 1 minute flips and then this pukes. Interesting. Just looks like consolidation right here, though. I need a better signal. I think we might have one more really good trade today, though. So, no, we're walking today with some profits, even though I still have some positions bleeding me as they kind of retrace. Don't forget, guys, even if you get a big puke on SPY here, do not be fooled, okay? The greater trend is up. You know, we were taking some bearish plays. But we are, like right here, we are touching this really, really big fib confluence here, right? So the Bowden method, you do from high to low for fib extensions on multiple time frames, and there's big confluence right here. So
This is where you can kind of puke up. Now, keep in mind, even if you come back, even if you drop 13 points here, you are just testing your bullish EMA here. Okay, so could still be a great put play. I mean, you know, you catch this with some SPY puts, you're up 300%, right? And you're playing puts, even though the overall environment is still clearly bullish. Okay, but right now, with the SPY and VIX argument, so far SPY's winning. SPY's winning. It's coming in trying to set another new high here. So, we'll just be cautious. Be cautious of this. You know, this doesn't have to be exact science. Just because it breaks over doesn't mean we're gonna, you know, start looking for 788. But I will this year be looking for 7088. I actually think that we can get to 800 potentially this year. But here, market is very hot. All right, this isn't where you necessarily want to be adding to like the big cap names. But there's a lot of catch up to be done on these cloud names. So these huge focus for me. Big focus. Okay. All right. See you guys in the Discord if you guys want to continue to trade with me for the rest of the day. All right. And check out the other stuff we got. Come check out our AI. Our AI has been given future analysis all morning. Let's see here. Our AI is actually up 345 today. I'll show this to you guys here on the stream. So AI actually giving, you know, summaries every 15 minutes over NQ for those of you who are trading futures and stuff. But this would also be a great tool for just keeping an eye on the index and overall market health. But summaries coming out every 15 minutes. So catch you guys later if you want to check that out. Peace. See you. I'll see you.